The day I stepped back into that house, the air felt as thick as the waters I had spent years studying, each breath heavy with the weight of my past. My family stood in the living room, their familiarity a bitter taste in my mouth. I could tell they were trying to mask their shock behind polite smiles, pretending that my return was a joyous reunion. I could also see the way their eyes darted to the door, as if they were calculating their escape route. "Look who's back!" My sister chimed, her voice an awkward pitch, attempting to shatter the tension. But I was no longer the meek sibling they used to ridicule. I was an aquatic hauntologist, a title that had once been the butt of their unrelenting jokes. The last time I had been here, they had called my obsession with haunted waters a disease, a delusion spiraled out of control. And yet, here I stood, a spectral echo of what they had dismissed. It all started years ago when I had worked at the local water treatment plant. I was the supervisor, managing the flow of life itself through this city. One day, I began receiving reports, whispers emanating from the taps, the water churning with a sentience I couldn't explain. I ignored them, thinking them nothing but the byproduct of stressed workers. But then, the illnesses began. Children were falling ill with no clear cause, and the whispers escalated into wails. I was fired after I insisted on a deeper investigation, labeled a coward for my fears. The ridicule from my family was relentless. They told me I'd disgrace the Blackman name. I didn't disgrace us. I became a warning. Now I stood before them, my study into the dark undercurrents of our world, a testament to the horrors lurking beneath the surface. As they looked at me, I could see the slight tremors in their hands, the uncertain glances they exchanged. I had come back to prove them wrong, but I could also sense their fear of what I might share, fear of what they could not understand. "The water," I began, my voice steady but laced with an urgency that crackled in the air. "It can carry curses, you know. I've seen it. I've felt it. Curses that hunger for flesh, for fear, for chaos." The words hung in the air like smoke, curling around the fragile threads of our shared history. "What are you talking about?" my brother scoffed, forcing a laugh. But the tremor in his laugh betrayed him. "You can't expect us to believe that. You've gone off the deep end, haven't you?" And then, with a confidence born of relentless research and quiet terror, I whispered the truth that had clawed its way into my mind over endless sleepless nights. I didn't just study the water. I became part of its lore. I uncovered places where the water swallowed souls, where it whispered their secrets into the night. As I spoke, I saw the room darken. Shadows flickered across the walls like mischievous spirits. I didn't think they'd notice, too caught up in their disbelief to see the truth creeping around them. But I knew that dark knowledge was not something one simply leaves behind. It clung to me, and it was hungry. "Let's prove it then," I challenged, a thrill of fear and excitement coursing through me. "Let's take a glass of water from the tap and—" "No," my sister interjected, her voice quavering, the laughter now dead in her throat. "We're not doing that." "Why not?" I leaned closer, my heart racing. "You think I'm insane? You think I'm just some joke? Let's face it. Let's see what happens." With a trembling hand, she stepped toward the sink, hesitating before filling a glass with water. I could feel the air change, a thick tension that pulled at the very fabric of the room. The water shimmered, twisted in a way that wasn't quite right. It was alive, pulsating with an energy that felt ancient and angry, as if it had been waiting for this very moment. "Drink it," I urged, my voice barely above a whisper. Her hand trembled, and a deep part of me relished the moment. The truth that flowed beneath their skin like a river carved from stone. I had endured years of their mockery, the weight of their disbelief, but now they would witness what I had known all along. She lifted the glass to her lips, and the moment it touched her mouth, the lights flickered violently. The air thickened, and the whispers roared to life, a cacophony of voices crying out from the depths, hungry and relentless. The water spilled over, soaking her shirt, and in that instant her eyes widened in horror. "Stop!" she gasped, choking on the words. But it was too late. The water writhed as if alive, twisting into shapes that clawed at the edges of reality. And suddenly, the whispers turned to screams, screams that echoed through the room, twisting into a spiraling chaos. The walls vibrated with the voices of those. With a surge of defiance, I cried out, "Face it! Embrace the truth!" But it was too late for them. I had survived what they could not face, and as the whispers of the water enveloped them, I stepped back, watching them unravel in the depths of their own ridicule. In the end, I had become what they feared, a vessel of dark wisdom, a harbinger of truths they dared not acknowledge. I had walked through the waters of despair and emerged with chilling recognition. Their laughter echoed in my mind, but now it was replaced by an understanding that coursed through my veins, a bittersweet triumph. I turned away from the chaos, the air heavy with their screams, and stepped into the night, the waters behind me swirling with their panic, my heart both heavy and free.